This is just a disclaimer that this video was shot at the beginning of March, before 2020 got really interesting.
Alright, we are in our seats now. A filled day of legroom. So this is a nice feature that adds a little more to your experience. It's 10:30 somewhere. I'm enjoying myself. This is an enjoyable flight. Good morning from Newark Liberty International Airport. Today in this video we're going to be flying to Mexico City on United Airlines Economy Plus on a Boeing 737-700. Now, it's only my second time flying United Economy Plus. We actually fly United quite a bit, normally just standard economy. This will be my very first video on United on this channel. Check out my other flight reviews. They'll all linked below, but it is now time to board, so let's get on that plane.
This video is the first in a series of videos I'll have on my trip to Mexico City, so if you're interested in more of my travels, hit subscribe so you don't miss a video. Anyways, like I said, we fly United a lot. We're actually United Mileage Plus members, and we have a United credit card. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you they're the greatest airline in the world. I just end up flying with them a lot out of their hub here in Newark. Our tickets for this flight were booked as a bundle deal with a hotel on Hotwire just 2 weeks out, and were around $400 a piece round trip.
Glad we didn't upgrade to first class. Would not have been worth it. These are our seats, 23B. Alright, we are in our seats now, these Economy Plus seats. We actually booked this morning for $40 extra per seat. Originally we'd booked United Standard Economy, but we saw that there was an option to basically sit by ourselves and have a guaranteed seat in between us for $40 a person and be Economy Plus with extra space. So we decided, hey, let's go ahead and take that upgrade.
And the extra space is really the difference between United Economy Plus and United Economy. In a Plus seat, you get up to 6 inches of extra legroom, so you can imagine how much more comfortable you'll be, having all that extra space.
Now that we're up in the air, I'm going to go ahead and show you the seat and some of the amenities that you get in this seat. So these seats are laid out in a 3-3 configuration. You can see the seat there. As far as legroom goes, this is of course an Economy Plus seat, so you're getting more legroom, and there is literally a filled day of legroom. You can see my knees are nowhere near the seat in front of me, and if I didn't have my camera bag down there, there would be a plethora of space, which is fantastic for a 5-hour flight. Just makes things more comfortable in general. Of course, on the seat in front of you, you do have a tray table. Pretty standard stuff there. And then you have this little netting thing down here. You do have an in-flight entertainment system. There's DirecTV on board, Wi-Fi on board, and in-seat power. So let's start with the DirecTV. The DirecTV is running up here. This is controlled in the armrest. It's controlled using this right here, so let's hit guide. This DirecTV service is free. You don't have to pay for it. If you've ever flown JetBlue, they have DirecTV service for free. So this is a nice feature that adds a little more to your experience. If you forget to download some movies to your phone or whatever you want to watch live TV, you can. There are no movies stored on here, by the way. This is just DirecTV for your in-flight entertainment on this particular flight. There is United Wi-Fi. That costs money, of course. It's actually not that bad. I believe it was $10.99 for the full flight, but service stops once you leave the USA. And then, of course, there is in-seat power, which I believe is located directly under the seat. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see that. It's probably that green light there, and you see a green light there. You get to charge your phones, your laptops. And I will add that you can plug your headphones in right here. Keep in mind it's going to be a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. So now, like I said, there is no movies on the in-flight entertainment system. For that, you're going to need a device, an iPhone or an iPad, but you can watch movies on here. They've got several that you can stream, like The Joker and Lion King, and then they also have the map stored on here. So the map is not actually in the in-flight entertainment system, which I like to leave the in-flight entertainment system on the map, but that's okay. It's really not a big deal.
At some point during the flight, I started to notice just how dated this plane must be. Take a look at this overhead bin. It's being held up by, yeah, that's tape. It's not a big deal to me, it's just a funny thing to see.
All right, drink service has commenced. You had an option of pretzels, Oreos, or Stroop waffles. So I went with Stroop waffles. This and Biscoff are my favorite snacks in the sky. That being said, I did go with a whiskey Coke for my drink. Hey, it's 10 a.m. We're on vacation, right? Jack Daniels, not a fan of Tennessee whiskey, prefer the stuff from Kentucky, but this will do the job. And then a Coke. Holly also got a Jack Daniels, and the lady gave it to us for free, both of these shots, which were $9 a pop, because Holly was flipping out over the turbulence. That's like $20 worth of value, so thank you, United flight attendant, you rock. On a serious note, it's 10:30 a.m., which is the perfect time for a little whiskey Coke. Really hits the spot. Bottoms up. Good as always. You can kind of see the filling in there, maybe. Can you? Really impressed with the flight crew on this flight. That flight attendant brought me another free Jack and Coke, and Holly one as well. How cool is that? So we've been on this flight for about an hour and a half now. We had drink service, then we had water brought around, and then we had coffee brought around. And I've been given 2 free Jack and Cokes, Jack and Cokes. Hey, pretty good. I'm enjoying myself. This is an enjoyable flight. Now, as I said, they do not provide you with a meal on this flight, so we came prepared. We got a couple of snacks, but if we hadn't done that, in this magazine, you can see what they've got for sale. There are several items for sale. It's actually kind of a nice little list. You got your typical snacks like M&M's, chips, pita and hummus. You've got the option of snack boxes, and then they do serve breakfast, which includes some breakfast sandwiches, Italian sausage, and then there's another page here. You've got lunch and dinner. You got sausage sandwiches, a sampler, everything bun burger, which apparently looks like this. So there are options, and of course you got your beer and wine selection here as well. Well, I might have put a little too much Jack in this second drink, but who cares? I'm on vacation, right? I'm like a bird with a french fry.
Those Jack and Cokes actually really hit the spot, so I spent the remainder of the flight dozing in and out, but I made sure I was awake as we inched closer and closer to Mexico City.
Welcome to Mexico City. The local time is 1:47.
This was probably one of the better United Airlines flights I've had due to the crew. They did a fantastic job of making sure everyone's needs were taken care of, and they did so with a positive attitude, something you don't always find when you're flying the so-called friendly skies. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like, and if you're new here, consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you don't miss any of my videos.
Success. We've arrived in Mexico City.